you've given us a lot of wonderful information, and I'm sure that any mom or wife who's new to this is delighted to hear what you have to say, get your perspective. But you put a lot of effort into this, and the rest of your family is going to put some effort into this. What is it you really want those who are in your situation? What do you want to say to them to help them get through that first 30 days of waiting and the first 6 months of coming home? What do you want to tell them?
Educate yourself as much as possible. And you are the caregiver. You're the one that knows your child the best. You are going to be her biggest advocate, and you are going to explain things or demand things or want things from the physician, from the school districts, from whatever that you think is appropriate for your daughter, because you have that knowledge. And the traumatic brain injury websites, anything you can get on chat rooms with traumatic brain injury chat rooms through the state, and other websites that will help you understand what's going on with other people's cases, which can help you piece together what you've got. And unfortunately, with us, I wished our neuropsych would have been on board from the time she was around the discharges, where they thought that that piece would fit in. We never saw anybody. It would have helped you as a parent understand so much with a child that can't explain herself and why she was doing the things she was doing.
So typically neuropsych assessments are delayed because they want to have some sort of a sense of where the maturation is and what's left. But you believe that that assessment should be done much earlier to help prepare people for the discharge?
Correct.
What would you like to see?
Even if it's just to tell them, this is what's happened to your child, this is what this looks like, this is how things are going to reconnect, these are some of the things we can probably predict that's going to happen down the line, this is some reading information for you, some textbook cases that are going to be identical to what you're going through, and just so you aren't being upset at your child for something they have nothing that they can help.
Now, it's interesting that your description of what you would like to see from the neuropsychologist at acute discharge is, in fact, the model based on an exceptional neuropsychologist that you had later. Is that correct?
Right.
Talk to me about that.
When we came on board, he was very surprised that we hadn't had an assessment done. He also had a different approach to discharging or exposing that patient to the family again via videos, conversations. We did have a phone tree that happened. The kids called between 6 and 7. They were given a phone card. Kids would go home and call on the phone so that she could get used to their voices again. But what he wanted was constant updates. Dr. Thai wanted updates visually. Visual and voice recognition to go along with that. Also with the family members as well. He wanted to make sure that these kids were being educated and understanding why she was maybe a delay on the telephone. I would have to tell her what to say on the telephone a lot of the times. She just couldn't carry on a conversation that wasn't clicking yet. And just for everybody to understand, and he explained it perfectly, it's like a wire cut in half with the ends frayed. Those ends are trying to find their connection point or another relay area for the connection to happen, for that impulse to go through some neuron somewhere else that'll all connect. And it's trying to heal itself, but it doesn't know how yet. And for every parent to know not to give up. I saw miraculous things happen, wonderful things happen. And now that it's down the road a little bit, it's taken longer.